Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from Cosmayverse. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that. Ciao. It's Chow Time.
You are in your 30s and you live in New York. Where are you going out to find men in their mid to upper 30s?
Where are the men who are not afraid of little hair?
We're not afraid of hair, but we're afraid of all those metals in your nose.
Where are the men like this? Where are the men? I really hate to break it to you guys. There's no place that you go to find the good men.
That is obviously a lie. Good men are everywhere. These women
It's called bowling alleys.
just walk right past them.
What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore?
This is not the first time I've gotten dressed and gone out literally just to meet up with a guy who ends up canceling on me.
So I need to know when all the guys turned into bitches.
This is just what happens when a man respects himself. He gets insults thrown at him. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
Where are the men that like their women curvy, plus size, chubby, thick, or BBW? Where are you?
There's not enough of them in the world for how many of you guys are out there. I'm just sorry. It just doesn't work out that way. The math doesn't math properly. The weight ratio, math.
Where are the men who are not afraid of little hair? Who are you? Where are you?
If you expect a good man to protect and provide for you, be ready to be a peaceful partner.
Correct.
Otherwise, you're gonna fumble this man. No leader in the world will stay with a woman who refuses to listen. Peace.
I agree.
Okay, this right here. I get asked 20 to 30 times a day. A fucking day. Where are the men like this? Where are the men? Where are the men?
It's funny because in my comments section, men aren't asking where all the good women at. They don't care anymore. You guys are dunskies.
Do you see the men? I don't see the men. Sis, I really hate to break it to you guys, but there is no place. There's no place that you go to find the good men.
This woman says there's no place to find a good man in the world, but that's obviously not true. The reality is that good men are out there. They just aren't as easy to find when people have unrealistic expectations or
it's not easy to find when you overlook them constantly.
aren't willing to invest the time and effort to build genuine connections. Many times women overlook the good men around them because they are distracted by superficial traits or unrealistic standards. It's also important to consider that finding a good man requires being open to meeting people in different environments, beyond just bars or dating apps in today. When these women are looking for good men, that's where they go. But in most cases, they run into guys who are looking for temporary thrills instead. Moreover, the idea that good men don't exist can stem from a lack of understanding about what it truly means to be a good partner.
True.
Many women are conditioned to look for men who tick off boxes that may not even align with their values or needs in the long term.
Women that don't cook, clean, or give BJs always ask, where are all the good men? I'll tell you where. They just finished eating dinner and are relaxing in a clean house about to get a BJ.
Damn right.
Where are we going? To the wood? I'm lost as it is. So I have to ask guys questions anyways. Sir, can you help me measure this out? I don't know what that is.
Maybe if you walk around with this, it'll help you.
With this? All right. I'm just gonna act like I know what I'm doing. Excuse me, sir, what kind of wood is this?
You are in your 30s and you live in New York. Where are you going out
It's solid.
to find men in their mid to upper 30s? I'm 29, on the verge of 30, but I just moved to New York and I went out in the East Village tonight with one of my friends. I was astonished. It was a sausage fest like I've never seen before. All men at all 4 bars that we went to. It was literally insane, but they were all 25, 26. We're looking for people with careers, not jobs, if you get what I'm saying. We want men. We're looking for the men, and
we're avoiding you.
Just want to know, like, where are they to be found? I understand that people think that dating in New York is horrible. Can't wait to understand what that means in the most sarcastic sense. But if I can get ahead of it and try to meet quality man at a bar, hopefully that's not too much wishful thinking, would love to know, like, where are we going, you know? Like, share it with the girls. Really hope we're not gatekeeping here, but if you guys give me some good recommendations, I will try them and then I'll report back. So help a girl out. I'm new here, and
So you're now begging online from other women to help you find places to find men. I thought you don't need no man. What is up?
Just want to, like, try it all, you know?
By now, every man should understand that whenever a woman is ready to settle down, that's when she wants to start dating seriously. Look at this woman here, 29, about to be 30 and struggling to find a good man. It's a common pattern. Many of these types of women spend years in situationships, playing the field. The challenge here isn't necessarily that the woman is too old or that there aren't good men out there. It's more about timing and past choices. Men, especially those who are ready for a stable, long-term partnership, may have learned through experience that waiting for a woman to suddenly shift gears can be a gamble, one that isn't worth taking, of course. In a way, this situation highlights the importance of being intentional about relationships from the start, rather than waiting until a certain age or life stage to realize what's truly wanted. No serious man wants to be a hero, dealing with past emotional damages.
So just want to confirm for my single girlies, come to Home Depot if you want a man. The girls have been saying this, but it's true. And I mean, there's construction workers, contractors, handymen in here, a real man. And they're in here. They're in here, okay?
They're not paying attention to you,
It's
though.
on, Wednesday afternoon, 3 p.m. Yeah. Come get them.
Men don't
What, so you don't have a job? All you do is just look for men all day?
want good women.
Excuse me, what was that?
I will repeat that. Men don't want good women. Y'all are boring and not a challenge.
Well, if that were true, just solely based on some of the ones that we see on social media, there would be a lot less single women out there asking where all the good men are at.
I agree.
Okay, I'm trying this one more time. I came to Home Depot this time because I heard this is a better place to find husbands than most. So, Home Depot.
I mean, you're right. You will find husbands, but they're there doing projects for their wives.
In the tool section. Nobody. It's a Saturday afternoon. Where are all the good men at? I don't find them. So, future husband, where are you? Hurry up and come and get me.
It's great that there's some effort here, but by Saturday afternoon, these men are home, either working in the garage or in the backyard. And the only men that are left at Home Depot are either married and shopping with their wife, or married and trying to get a project done that he would have had done at 10 a.m. if it wasn't for wanting to have a relaxed morning with his family. Or, I'll admit, there's an occasional single guy, but guaranteed he is on his second or third trip of the day. And that man's focus on completing his project is on level 100.
Yes, correct. When me and Chris are like doing, house work on the house, we ain't perusing. We're there, and if we got there 2-3 times, we fucked up 2-3 times, and we didn't get the correct amount of materials and things or tools or whatever to finish the job. That's why we're there 2-3 times.
All that
And
man
we're not
wants
happy
is to
about
get in
it.
and out as fast as possible. He's not even noticing you.
I do like the effort, but if many women had thought about getting a husband earlier on in their lives, they wouldn't be
Should've said, what,
storming
40,
Home
maybe
Depot
50?
in their 30s and 40s looking for one. The reality is that many women put off serious relationships, focusing on careers, personal freedom, or casual dating when they were younger. Now, as time passes, they find themselves scrambling to find a good man, often in places or situations that aren't conducive to finding a lasting relationship. And even if these women do find a man later on, The chances of him marrying today are pretty low, especially given the current trends.
Even my own friends aren't really getting married. I do have Chris is getting married like this year, so congratulations to him. I'm excited for it. He doesn't watch my content, so it's okay for me to about it. So.
The success rate of marriages today is already low, and many men are becoming...
But he does. They both do make good money, and they don't plan on having kids. So even if something bad were to happen, I don't think he's going to get raked over the coals either.
Being more cautious about committing, especially to women who have lived through a variety of experiences, but haven't established the kind of long-term stability and maturity they're looking for in a partner.
Do you have an aisle specifically where single men are?
I heard if you wanted to meet a man, just delete those crazy dating apps and head to Home Depot. A lot of ladies are meeting men like crazy over there. But then again, they're not being clear on if these men actually belong to other women at the moment. You know, like someone else's husband. I mean, I can't tell you what aisle to shop on, but hey, it's worth a try.
Okay, so I'm at Home Depot again.
That's the only thing they're worth doing, guys. Like, that's the only thing they're worth trying, is just appearing at a location, and that's it, and walking around. They don't even have the audacity to even want to talk to men, maybe work on their skills with men, or maybe approach men and other. Nope, they just gotta go to Home Depot because everybody told them to go to Home Depot because there's men there, and just walk around. Hopefully, you get hit on.
Part 2 on trying to find a husband. I came on a Sunday afternoon because I was told during the weekdays they're not as active, but I'm assuming because it's Sunday, maybe they'll be out.
They're actually
They're
more
not
active on the weekdays, but
let's go see if we can find a husband. Okay, I came for roses and a husband, and I can't find fucking either of them. Okay? Is it me? So Home Depot was not the move, off to Lowe's to go find some hoes.
Okay, I was just humbled, the most I've ever been humbled. I'm at Home Depot, and you know how all the girls do that little trend where they're like, just walk around Home Depot and pretend like you're lost to find your next guy. Literally, nobody helped me or even, like, approached me. I was there for an hour, and I was just, like, kind of walking around. I had some stuff I actually had to pick up, but, like, that's embarrassing for me.
we don't care. We don't.
There's some pretty good reasons as to why you didn't find anybody or nobody approached you. Well, on this app, you guys have been telling men not to approach you out in public. Secondly, the men that are there are either on a job, they've got to get stuff to get back to the job to get back to work, or they're busy with their own project that they've got to go there to get stuff to get that project. So basically, they're tied up. And what's funny is that you said that nobody helped you, which is really strange because if you ask for help at Home Depot or
exactly
where something is, people are very, very willing to help you. But yeah.
Dude, there's so many. Like, sometimes I'm like, yo, dude, you guys know where this is? The guys are so like, dude, aisle this, it is this, and then second, like, where your chest level is. And I'm like, all right, boom, walk there, boom, it's exactly where it is.
Home Depot's not the place to look for a husband, because most of the guys there don't need another project.
Well, that's for sure. Those men most definitely don't need another bill. They're not looking for a woman who is just going to add more financial or emotional burdens to their lives. When a woman approaches dating with a save-me mentality, it's no wonder many men steer clear. And most women do this, by the way. They walk around Home Depot or other places looking clueless, hoping a man will just come up to them. They put themselves in these environments, thinking the right man will notice them, but don't make any effort to engage or show genuine interest in the men around them.
The bare minimum is just show up in a location and walk around and pretend to be lost.
When no one approaches them, they get shocked, like it's somehow the man's fault for not recognizing their need for attention or companionship. Like this woman here, complaining that no man approached her at Home Depot. She's walking around thinking just being in the right place at the right time will automatically make her the center of attention. Wake up to reality, lady.
Ladies, trying to find a husband early in the morning, lumber department, Home Depot. I have never in my life felt like last pork chop on a plate, but I can say this morning, yep, pork chop, side, pie, I could have had my pick. Who knew? Y'all
It's called the last orange in the basket.
stay off them dating apps. Home Depot, that's where your husband's at.
Where are the good men? They're everywhere. Maybe you should look under the pile of divorce papers where they're sitting in financial ruin. Maybe you should look at them in that small little apartment just waiting for those few days a week that they get their kids. Maybe you should look at the quiet guy sitting at the bar because he can't stand to be alone without his kids, without his family. Maybe you should look at the guy at the grocery store wearing the dirty boots with the dirty hands, filling his cart with snacks because he has his kids for the weekend. Maybe you should look at the quiet guy, the loud guy, the funny guy, the guy that's the life of the party, the guy that walks alone in the park. There are good men everywhere. You just have to open your eyes and realize that some of them just have been hurt too much that they're afraid to say hi. So why don't you just say hi? You might find that good man.
I think that ship has sailed for many of them,
think so too.
especially when it comes to marriage. Most of these men are over it. They've seen too much, been through too much,
I mean, we've seen a lot of videos now when women approach men, men just ignore.
and learned the hard way that their kindness and good intentions can be used against them. Many good men today are broken, some beyond repair, because too many women trampled over their good hearts, taking their generosity and commitment for granted.
And sometimes it takes them a long time to build themselves back up. Once you're broken, you can be shattered into 4 pieces, you can be shattered into 1,000,000 pieces. It takes a while to put yourself back together when it's 1,000,000 pieces.
These men gave their best, only to be met with betrayal, manipulation, or complete disregard for their efforts. Most good men today are focused on themselves, trying to recover from the damage they've accumulated simply for being genuine people. They poured their hearts into relationships only to be met with ungratefulness and taken advantage of. And the irony, the same women who once overlooked these men are now searching for them, wondering where all the good guys went. But many of them aren't coming back. They've moved on, and honestly, they're better off for it.
PSA to all the women in New York, I found out where all the hot guys are. They're not in church, they're not in Whole Foods, they're running. They are literally in motion. Ever since I moved here, if I'm just walking around the city, every hot guy I've ever seen is always running by me. And as somebody who doesn't want to use the apps anymore, I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go run after him? Like, if you're a hot single guy in New York that's running, can you please tell me what I'm supposed to do if I think you're cute? You know what else is that since I noticed that a lot of hot guys are running, I actually went to a running club and there were cute guys there, but they were just too fast for me. So if you're a hot guy in New York that runs pretty often, can you please let a girl know like what to do to get your attention? Because I could run after you, but I might be too slow to catch up. Maybe I'll start training for a marathon.
Good men exist. They are out there. And I need you to realize that if you put out the energy of every man is a manipulator, a cheater, a POS, so on and so forth, if you put that energy out there, you are going to attract men that are those kinds of people. I think it's safe to say that almost every woman I've ever met, including myself, has been cheated on and treated poorly by a man. However, that should not change your perception of the man that you want to attract into your life. Do the healing work. Focus on bettering yourself and nurturing yourself again and getting back on your feet. But also put the energy out there that there is a man out there that is going to love you the way that you deserve, treat you the way that you deserve. And
I was going to agree with her and everything to the point of deserve. No, you earn.
See your worth and never let any other man have the opportunity to even come into your life. These men exist and they are out there. But again, if you are continuously saying all these negative things, you're just going to attract negative. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of men out there that might not be the best kind of guy, but you should see the warning signs and say, okay, I know when to get out of this. I know when not to get too attached, and I could end that relationship or end that whatever before it gets too serious. As someone who is single, I am so hopeful for the man that I meet because I know my values, I know my morals, I know what I have to offer and what I bring to the table. And
No, you don't, because you didn't name anything that you brought to the table.
I know that there's going to be a man that sees me one day and is going to be like, I don't want any other man to come into your life or even be able to talk to you because I need you in my life. I want you in my life. I see that you bring value.
Do you really think that men are just desperate for women? Like, we just need women to survive in our daily lives or something? No, nobody's like that. Nobody needs women in that degree. There are men that will give women attention in that degree, but they don't truly need you.
To my life, and I see a potential future with you, and I want to explore that. I know that that's coming, and I think by having this mindset, I will attract that man. So do the work. Do the healing work. Be alone for a bit. I've been alone for almost 2 years. It's fine. It's good to have those moments alone. But now I know what I deserve. Now I know what I'm willing to tolerate. I know the red flags. I know the warning signs. I know what I deserve, and I know how to treat a man. And when you know that, how do you lose? How could you lose? Because the right man will never give you up. The right man will never let you go. And if he does...
But that's so stupid. It makes it seem like, and once you find the right man, you can be just a most horrible person in the world, and he's supposed to just stay with you just because he's the right man?
He's not the right guy.
Those women who think all men are manipulators and cheaters are usually the ones who have been hurt countless times by players. And honestly, that's kind of their fault. If someone keeps falling into the same pattern over and over again, at some point, they have to realize that the common denominator is themselves. Instead of taking accountability for their choices, they convince themselves that there are no good men out there.
I mean, it's the, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, shame on me.
It's just easier that way. The truth is, good men exist, but these women weren't interested in them when they had the chance. And the worst part, the more they tell themselves that all men are the same, the more they attract the exact type of men they claim to hate. It becomes a cycle.
I mean, those are the men that they're attracted to in the first place, the tall Chadrones of the world.
They created but refused to break. Instead of learning from their past, they double down on the belief that good men don't exist, when in reality, they just never valued them in the first place.
Be a good man. Find hobbies that you enjoy. Don't find hobbies just to, get with women. Go find hobbies that might have women there that you might enjoy. Like, that's where we tell you guys, remember, it's your life. You don't have to chase women. If you want to chase women, go ahead. It just doesn't usually work out for you. When you're chasing your hobbies, your goals, your dreams. Yeah, just like that one Asian woman was like, yeah, they see them and they're busy, they're moving, they're running. Those are the men that they're attracted to. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And